morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our Gavaliers, counselors, parents, and Toastmasters joining us from all around the world. Welcome to this GYGC educational session. My name is Gauri Parvati Sajid, and it's a pleasure to be your host today. I am the president of Gavels Club of Kochi, and I will be the MC for today's session. The topic of today's session is Bigger Than Life, the Art of the Tall Tale, where we'll be exploring the unique, humorous, and exaggerated world of tall tales. Before we begin, it's my honor to introduce our global chairman, distinguished Toastmaster Sri Kumar Pai, an assistant professor at Azadi, the Asian School of Architecture and Design Innovation, MG University, Kerala. With over 3 decades of dedication to education and communication, and a 21-year-old journey in Toastmasters International, distinguished Toastmaster Pai has served with distinction as Club Growth Director, earning accolades such as Best Division Runner and the Excellence in Club Growth Award. A passionate leader and a mentor, he has sponsored 17 Toastmaster clubs and 55 Gavel clubs. As global chairman of GYGC, he continues to inspire youth worldwide through initiatives like the Global and National Junior Championships. He has also been recognized by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of Oman, for outstanding performances. Please let me join in welcoming distinguished Toastmaster Sri Kumar Pai with a huge and warm round of applause. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Gavalier Gauri Parvati Sajid, for the wonderful introduction. Dear Gavaliers, counselors, Toastmasters, and my dear friends, a warm welcome to the GYGC educational session. GYGC, the Global Youth Gavel Clubs, is an international network of Gavel Club counselors with over 200 Gavel clubs across countries from USA to Australia. These clubs are organized into 12 groups, each guided by a group chairman and a vice chairman. We regularly conduct contests and proudly host the Global Youth Championship of Public Speaking each year. As part of our mission to educate and inspire, we also organize regular sessions on a variety of interesting and useful topics. For these sessions, we invite experts from different parts of the world. We encourage you to attend, participate, and learn. Today's session is about a fascinating topic, tall tales. These are fun, exaggerated stories with larger-than-life characters and unbelievable events told as if they are real. They are meant to entertain the audience. We are honored to have with us distinguished Toastmaster NC Mani, a highly respected and experienced speaker who will lead today's session on tall tales. Hope you will learn and enjoy. Best wishes to all of you. Over to host Gavalier Gauri.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring words and for setting the tone for today's session. Now, let's move on to the segment you've all been waiting for, our webinar on tall tales. Tall tales are humorous, exaggerated stories often featuring larger-than-life characters and incredible adventures. This session will be facilitated by distinguished Toastmaster Mani NC. Distinguished Toastmaster Mani is a chartered accountant by profession and a passionate Toastmaster since 2009. He brings a wealth of international experience from the Far East and Middle East, and since 2019, he has been based in Bangalore. He founded the Creative Gavel Club in Dammam, Saudi Arabia, and the Blossom Gavel Club in Bangalore. Currently, he serves as the Global Group J chairperson, Gavel Club Ambassador for India, and was recently appointed Global Vice Chairman of GYGC. He also continues his professional consultancy work in Bangalore. Please join me in welcoming our felicitator for today, distinguished Toastmaster Mani NC. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Gavalier Gauri, for a wonderful introduction. respected DTM Shri Kumar Pai, our global chairman, global advisor, DTM Dhanu Rajwani, all our club councillors and group chairman, my dear lovely Gavaliers, and all the guests who have joined today. A very good morning, afternoon, and evening to all of you. So now, can any one of the Gavaliers tell me why do we say good morning, afternoon, and evening all together? Even our Sergeant Arms use the same word. Why do we do that? Yeah, Pranav? Please raise your hand electronically so that we can see you.
Hello. Sir, we say good morning, afternoon, evening all together. As in some countries, there are different.
Time zone. Yeah, exactly. You are right. Because in this meeting, we are having participation from all over the world. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Particularly, I was thrilled to see some Gavaliers from Creative Gavel Club. Damam, I think 4 or 5 participants are there. I don't know, all of them are new Gavaliers. Do you know that I was the founder of Creative Gavel Club? Anyone from Creative Gavel Club, Damam? Aisha knows. Okay. Anyway, now before I start, yeah, that is the way you have to raise your hands electronically so that we know that you are going to speak. No problem. Now, before I start my presentation, I want each one of you, each Gavalier, please take out your writing pad and a pen. See, when you note down the points during the session, then your attention is not diverted. No, you will be able to understand it better and remember it better. Of course, the link will be shared for video, but always better if you note down. So if you don't have a pad and a pen, please bring it. And meanwhile, let me share. Okay. So, Gavalier, can you now see my screen? Anyone can?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please proceed.
Okay. So, dear Gavaliers, today we are going to talk about tall tale. How you have to prepare it, and more importantly, how you have to present it. It is something bigger than life. No, it is not normal story. It is bigger than the life story. That is the art of tall tale. All of you are going to learn this today. Now, what does the tall tale mean? Is it a very tall man speaking? Or you are talking from the top of Burj Khalifa or no Petronas Tower in Malaysia? Does that mean that? Okay, we'll see. Basically, remember, tall tale is a type of storytelling. Storytelling, all of you know, all of you who have completed your CC level must have taken storytelling. So you know what is the storytelling. Tall tale is a special type of storytelling. Again, remember this, that art of telling stories is different from giving a prepared speech. That we will see how it is different from giving a normal prepared speech. So today, what are we going to learn? First, what is a tall tale? And more importantly, which is more important than learning how to prepare, how to present it. Because if you can present it in a proper way, audience will enjoy it. If not, they won't enjoy. They will just come listen to your speech and leave the meeting room. Now, this is what one of the Gavaliers, Gavalier Kshitij pointed out in the beginning, that telling lies in such a way that everyone believes that what you are telling is true. That is basically the tall tale. In one line, if you want to explain, in your school and your parents, everybody tells you that no, speak truth only, no, be follower of Mahatma Gandhi. But in tall tale, we tell you, you can tell lies. Any lies you can tell, but others will think that what you are telling is true. That is the speciality of tall tale. You can tell any lies, but your audience will believe that what you are telling is true. This story part we will cover later towards the end. Now, officially, the term tall tale was given in the year 1800 in the United States, evolving from oral tradition by army men around the campfire. After the war, when they used to return to their camp, they used to have this campfire, and they used to tell, "Oh, today I killed 5 soldiers. Oh, today I destroyed their 5 tanks." Like that, they used to tell. But you know that when people talk about what they achieved, there is always some exaggeration. Somebody who killed 3 soldiers, he will say, I killed 5 soldiers. Somebody who destroyed 2 tanks, he will say, I destroyed 5 tanks. So that is how the term tall tale was given in USA. Otherwise, the history may be much older, even from very olden time, people used to tell tall tale. But official name as tall tale was given in USA in 1800. Just to tell you some history of that tall tale. Now, so what is a tall tale? It is a tall tale is a story with, that is why I have put in different color, unbelievable elements. You should have some unbelievable elements in your story, but you have to tell in such a way as if it was true. If you can make that to be believed by your audience, your job is done. That is the basically a tall tale. Now, some tall tales are exaggeration of actual events. It is not that is completely false. It can be exaggeration. Something happened, but you are exaggerating that. For example, you are walking alone in a dark street. Suddenly you see something black figure coming towards you. So what it could be? It could be a lion, it could be a wolf, it could be a bear, it could be a dog, or oh my God, it is a ghost. So here what happened? That you were walking on the road, that is true. It was dark, it was true. You saw a black figure. That is also true. But after that, your imagination is all exaggerations. You're thinking of some wild animals, you are thinking of ghosts. So that is the most important part of the tall tale. So the essential characteristics of tall tale are uses a lot of imagination and exaggeration. It is all your imagination. As I said, you can think that it is a wolf, it is a lion, or it is a ghost, or it is just a black cloud which is floating around. Second important character of a tall tale is that main character accomplishes great feat by using his strength and wit. Like Spider-Man. Do you think that Spider-Man is a real character? But he has immense strength and immense mental power that he can achieve anything which he wants. So that is a fictitious story, or it is a tall tale. And the main character is held by a powerful man or animal, like our dearest Doraemon. How many of you like to see Doraemon? Raise your hand. How many of you like to? Good one. Sana is raised. Who else? Okay, great. Now, see, do you think that any animal like Doraemon exists in this world? I would like to get one if it is available. I also want to have all the gadgets which Doraemon has. In fact, one day I will kill Doraemon and take out all the gadgets which he is hiding inside his belly. Isn't it? Every time you see Doraemon cartoon, you have this feeling in your mind. Oh my God, if I get Doraemon, he can do all my homework. If I get Doraemon, I can score 300 runs in a cricket match. Or I can win the debate show. So it is a fictitious character. That is that it is again a type of tall tale, which does not exist. All of us know that a character like Doraemon does not exist in this world. But even I today, sometimes, no, out of 600 channels available, sometimes I'm surfing. I don't find any channel to be interesting. So I switch on to Doraemon, which I find very relaxing and enjoying. I'm sure all the kids in this room, they also enjoy watching Doraemon. So note down this point if you have not noted that the main characteristics of tall tale are uses lot of imagination and exaggeration. Main character accomplishes great feat using strength and wit, like Spider-Man or whatever you want to call it, and the main character is held by a powerful object or animal. So when you create a tall tale, these are the things which you need to take care of. That either you use your strength and wit, or you will be held by an animal like fictitious character like Doraemon. Now, before I proceed, what we are going to do today that first I am going to tell you what is a tall tale, how to write a tall tale, what are the characters. We just discussed the characteristics. And in the second part, we will discuss how to present it, which is more important. Now, as I said earlier also, remember that art of telling stories is different from giving a prepared speech. In prepared speeches, you prepare a speech, present it to audience, use voice modulation, other thing. But in if you are telling a story or telling a tall tale, you have to make your audience visualize what you are saying. If you are successful in that, your job is done. What do you mean by visualize? If I say it was a dark road, yeah, so everybody knows in the night it is dark, whether it is Canada or India or any other part of the world, in the night it will be dark. But you have to make it visualize. I was walking on a dark street. So when you stretch that word dark, your audience will be able to visualize that you are talking of a dark road. We will come to that little later. So basically, if you are trying to tell a story in which you are flying like a Spider-Man, so you have to make your audience visualize that. The word selected by you, the actions done by you, your voice modulation, everything should support what you are saying. Otherwise, it is a speech, it is not storytelling. Suppose you want to tell any story, say about Akbar, Birbal and Akbar. You cannot say that there was a king, very famous king called Akbar. He had many court ministers in his kingdom. Birbal was one of them. If you tell, nobody will enjoy your story. You are not telling a documentary, no? You are telling a story and a tall tale which they should be able to visualize. Just imagine if you say the same story like you are standing in the front, you move two steps back and say, long, long ago in the northern part of India, there was a king called King Akbar. He had many ministers in his kingdom, and Birbal was one of them. So you are telling the story, not reading out a script. Now, tall tale contest we are going to have for the first time in the global groups. Some of the groups are going to have it, like Group J. We are going to have next contest as tall tale contest. Maybe other groups will also want to conduct this. The most important thing which you need to remember about tall tale is not 5 to 7 minutes speech, but it is 3 to 5 minute speech. Please note it down. Don't ask this question again and again. No, that it is not a 5 to 7 minutes, it is 3 to 5 minute speech. You have to start, explain, and end your story within this time. So approximately, depending on the speed of your speech, it should have 400 to 450 words. Now, if you want to make your tall tale humorous, you can add some jokes. It can be a real joke or it can be your created joke. But remember, if you are going to add some jokes, it should be related to the story you are going to tell. It should not be some unrelated joke which you can add, your entire effect of your speech will be lost. Some children always ask, sir, can it be a collection of jokes? No, it cannot be collection of jokes unless the jokes are interrelated. If they don't have any link, you cannot tell those jokes in tall tale or in storytelling. I will just give one more example here. That long time back, one of the Toastmaster, he was presenting his humorous speech. Now, in this, there are three jokes, but they are all interrelated. So, it is okay if you can tell that type of joke. The Toastmaster came and said, I lost my credit card, but I did not report it to the police because the thief was spending less than my wife spends. Then he said, for her birthday, my wife asked me to take to a very expensive place. I took her to petrol pump. And then he said, for birthday gift, she wanted me to take her to a place where she has never ever gone. So I took her to the kitchen. You see, so there are three different jokes, but interrelated because he's talking about his wife. So these type of jokes can go, but not unrelated jokes. Don't even try to attempt three different type of jokes which are not related. Now, the basic questions now you may be thinking, or you may want to know what type of stories you can tell in tall tale. The first one is very simple, a folk tale, or you can create a story, or a combination of both. A part it can be folk tale, a part you can create yourself. Now, first of all, let us understand what is a folk tale. The stories which continue from generation to generation. That is, you heard from your mother heard from her mother, and so on. These are not new stories. Every parent knows they learn from their parent and pass it on to the next generation. They are folk tales. Now, what are folk tales? You must have heard the story of Cinderella. Fairy godmother comes and she brings a pumpkin and it turns into a cart. Do you think that it is possible? This is an imaginary story. All of you know that. But still, children enjoy it. Alice in Wonderland. Have you ever seen a rabbit talking or walking with a wristwatch in his hand? No. Again, this is a fictitious story. Magic lamp of Aladdin. Have you seen anybody flying on the carpet? Not possible. At least till so far, science has not developed. Midas the Greedy King. Travel stories of Gulliver. Have you ever heard that in a place the people are 6 inches tall? These are all are imaginary stories being repeated generation after generation. All of these come under a folk tale. It can be an Indian story, it can be Egyptian story, it can be Arabian story, it can be Chinese story, it can be Canadian story, it can be a story from any part of the world. But all these stories are fictitious and created stories. So you can tell any of those stories in your folk tale. Because, tall tale. Because none of them is a true story. All fictitious stories. Or this is what most Gavaliers want to know, what type of story they can tell in a tall tale. Note down each point which will be helpful for you. Don't wait for the video to come. You may never get time to see the video, full video. So note down these points, what type of stories. First is folk tale. I'm sure, is it clear to everybody what is folk tale and what type of stories you can tell? Okay. So now you can create your own stories. First thing is, you can talk about an imaginary trip to an unknown planet. Unknown planet is not limited to Moon and Mars, but to any in the galaxy. There are millions of planets in galaxy. You can create a story about your trip to one of those planets. No, that planet may not exist. The story which you are going to tell may not exist, but you can create a story and talk about that. I went to that planet and this is what happened there. No, I saw some blobs. They were actually aliens, and create any such type of story. You can even talk about meeting dinosaur or any extinct animal. You can imagine that you are in the world when dinosaurs were walking on the planet Earth. You can have a conversation with an animal that you can say that once I went to zoo, all the animals started talking to me. No? How did lion speak? How did dog speak? How did elephant speak? What did they have? Maybe you can say that a dog said, my owners, no, they don't give me enough food. I want to get out of this place. So like that, you develop the story towards that. That what does a dog want? What does an elephant want? No, you can create an imaginary story on this topic. Again, this is a very good topic, playing imaginary games. Now we talk of playing golf in any big city. You can talk of playing golf between Earth and the Moon, Earth and the Mars, Earth and any other imaginary planet. No, you hit from here and it will go and reach there. You can create a game, imaginary game. Like you use the cricket bat, but you are using the football ball. Create a game. It is imaginary story only. Meeting any historical character. Like you met Albert Einstein, you met William Shakespeare, you met Mahatma Gandhi. Maybe you can ask some question to people like Shakespeare. You can ask some stories to Albert Einstein. You can ask some question to Mahatma Gandhi. No? So this is again a very good topic for creating a tall tale. Now, next is very, very important. Nowadays, everybody is talking of AI. Nobody knows what AI can do, what is going to happen in future. Will there be a day when the computer will start ruling human beings? Nobody knows. It is all imagination because it is still in a very, very developing stage. It is like a child at the moment. So you can imagine and talk about AI or any other science fiction story. I'm sure that all of you are watching science fiction stories in TV and other media. So this is a very good topic for your tall tale, that you imagine something and you talk about it. A suspense thriller. Children love to create suspense stories. Think of something that a theft happened and this is what I did, or no, the bank robbery, this is what I did. And create a story, suspense thriller. Or any other story. There is no limit that you can speak only or tell only this story. Think of any other plot which comes to your mind, which you know that it is imaginary. You can speak about that in tall tale. So again, I am repeating: imaginary trip to unknown planet, meeting dinosaur or extinct animal, playing imaginary games, meeting a historical character, future of AI, suspense thriller, or any other story which comes to your mind. Okay, now I am going to give one example of a tall tale story. I want one of the Gavaliers to read the next screen. Who can read that for me? Okay, first hand was raised by 1 minute. First hand by actually that is a problem when you are sharing. One Gavalier who read, anyone. Okay, there are many such screens, so anyone can read. Okay, unmute yourself and say good afternoon or say hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Only one. I will give chance to all of you. Don't worry.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone. Good evening.
There are so many. I think I have to call out. I will say Gavalier Pranav. I can see his right. So this first screen will be read by Gavalier Pranav. Okay. So
Okay,
I'm
sir.
changing the screen. Pranav, you have to read it out loudly so that everybody can hear.
Yes, sir.
1 minute. Yeah, read it out.
Example 1. One Sunday, me and my father were sipping hot chocolate on the top of a mountain, full of snow in Dubai. Suddenly, my father's smartwatch rang.
Now, Cavaliers, you have seen the first screen. Now, tell me what is exaggeration in this screen, in this sentences. Anyone? Anyone who can tell me what is exaggeration or what is unbelievable in this screen?
Snow in Dubai.
Exaggeration.
The smartwatch reading
Very hot
the
place.
snow in
A
Dubai.
mountain in
Yeah,
Dubai.
exactly. Who said that?
The
Mountain full
snow
of snow in
mountain in Dubai.
Dubai, there is no natural mountain which has snow. They have created some artificial one, but that is not the natural mountain. So this is the exaggeration I am using in this story. I said on the top of a mountain in snow in Dubai. So this is exaggeration in this. Now I am going to change to next screen. It will be read by Gavalier Ellen T. Rennie. Okay, Ellen, be ready? I am changing the screen. Okay.
Example number 1. We are calling from the president's office. Is Cavalier Ishan there? President wants to talk to him.
Now tell me, what is exaggeration in this? What is unbelievable in this?
President Cavalier Ishan there.
Fanta Milana.
One by one. Gavaliers, one by one. I cannot. Yeah, Sana?
You're calling from President's office.
Yeah, exactly. Now there are 8.5 to 9 billion people in the world. Why should the president call a small boy, Gavalier Ishan, who may be around 12 to 14 years of age? That is exaggeration in this. And that person saying that president wants to speak to Gabriel Ishan, this is something which is unbelievable in this. Okay, now next sentence, who will read? Next screen.
Steve.
Okay, Gabriel Sana, I'm changing.
President Javier Ishan.
Louder,
I'm giving you one.
louder, Sana.
President Javier Ishan, I'm giving you one big responsibility. We have a special project. You have to go to planet Zero in our new spaceship.
Now tell me what is exaggeration in this?
Planet Zero.
Planet Zero.
Planet Zero could be, it is possible. No, there are millions of galaxies and billions of stars in. Now, what is exaggeration in this? That
Giving a special project to Cavalier Ishan.
Yes, exactly. No, the president is asking Gabriel Ishan to go to planet Zero in the new mission. Now, in NASA, there may be thousands of engineers and thousands of astronauts. Why should he select a small boy, Gabriel Ishan? Okay, now again I'm changing the screen. Who wants to read it?
Can I?
So can
Sir,
Science Banerjee will read. Science?
yes, sir.
Okay.
But you have to make all arrangements by contacting NASA. I'm busy with so many wars going on. Ishan, thank you, sir. I accept it.
Now, what is exaggerated in this?
Sir,
contacting NASA.
boss making all arrangements.
One by one. I can. Anyone? One by
NASA.
Arrangements by contacting them.
Yeah. Now, president is asking a small boy to contact NASA. The poor boy may not even know where is the office of NASA, how to reach United States, how to contact NASA, and what does he tell him that president called me? They will throw him out of America, isn't it? So this is fictitious. And see, in this, it is not completely fictitious. He said, I am busy with so many wars going on. It is true. No, so many wars are going on in the world. I'm sure all of you know about it. So the whole sentence is not fictitious. The tall tale does not mean that you tell only lies. This is true. This is true. So if you have a word sentence like this, that I am busy with so many wars, yes, President of USA is really busy with so many wars going on. And more surprising, without knowing anything about the project, Ishan says, yes, I accept it. Who will accept like that? Shouldn't he say that, let me check with my father? Even for coming for club meeting from his house, he has to check with his father. Father, can I go? Will you drop me or I walk alone? So do you think that a small boy can think of going to United States and meeting NASA people without any reference? This is exaggeration. So why I included this sentence, that partially it is true that wars are going on and partially it is exaggerated. Okay. Now, next sentence, who wants to read? Anyone who has not?
So can I?
Can I?
So can I?
Sir, may I
Who is
read?
that?
Steve.
Steve, wait. I will give you the next example.
Sir,
No.
may I read?
Who is that? Okay, I can see Hridya, MGC UAE.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Now you can complete the story by adding. Okay, this is example.
Okay. Now, you have already told lies. Now you can complete the story by adding imaginary details to travel to planet zero. That you can say that I traveled to USA, I met NASA people, they asked me to go in the spaceship and I went to planet zero. You can create any story that no, I went there, I found aliens, I found this, I found that, or you can say there was nothing, only sand, or you can say it was only full of diamonds, so I brought so many diamonds from there. Anything you can say, there is no limit, nobody is going to stop you. Hey, how can you say that you brought a diamond from there? Anything which comes to your mind, you can say. Now, see, this is something very special which each one of you in this room need to note down. Normally, in CC5 or CC6 or storytelling, when you are telling an imaginary story, every time we end by saying, oh, I got up and I found that it was a dream or it was my imagination, I was thinking. But Cavaliers, remember, in case of tall tale, you don't have to say that. You tell your story, that is it, stop it. You say that I went to planet zero and brought so many diamonds, finish. You let audience decide whether it is a true story or fictitious story or imagination. You don't have to say, oh, it was a dream, my mother was waking me up. Does it happen that this is how we close our stories? Anyone? Normally, when we tell imaginary stories or travel to moon or Mars or anything, we always end up by saying it was a dream. Does it happen or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but in the tall tale, in tall tale, you don't have to say that. You finish your story from planet X, you come back to Earth, and you became rich because you brought so many diamonds. Khalas, stop. Don't have to give any further clarification that I was sleeping, it was a dream, it was my imagination, or anything. That is why it is a shorter speech, that 3 to 5 minutes only, that you have to finish your story there. Now I am going to take up second example. Who wants to read it? I want one from Creative Gavel Club other than Aisha.
So can I?
Who's that?
Steve.
Steve, with next sentence I will have. You know, you have already read it in our club, no? Let others get a chance. Okay. Example 2. Yes. Ooh, I cannot see. Yeah. Vimsia from Creative Gavel Club. Yeah. Switch on your audio video.
I'm from the Ron Gavel Club.
No, I want first. Yeah, no problem. I'm okay. Read this.
Okay. One day I visited the biggest library in the world in a small country called Timbuktu. I saw a notice there.
Now tell me what is unbelievable or exaggeration in this sentence.
Biggest library in a small country.
Yeah, you are saying, if you say that it was a big library, it is okay, can be accepted. In a small country which nobody has even heard the name Timbuktu, you say that it was world's biggest library, not possible. No, this is unbelievable in this sentence. Okay, next sentence, who is going to read? Next screen. Those who have already done, please don't raise your hand. Pranav has done. The problem is when I share. Who is that?
Ariana.
Eh?
Real.
Okay, Priyal, you read the next. I'm changing it. Read it.
Don't eat inside. Can I read it?
Read it.
Don't eat inside the library because if you drop pieces of food, ants will come. Ants can multiply very fast.
Is it true or false or exaggeration?
Sir, false.
Why it is false?
Sir, because ants do not multiply.
Multiply means that they grow very
So
fast.
in a library, no ants will come.
Okay, it doesn't matter. We go to the next screen. Who wants to read it?
Second, I read.
Who is that? Satvik. I can see, Okay, Satvik. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Soon there will be thousands, millions, and billions of ants.
So what do you think? This is true or exaggerated?
This is exaggeration.
Okay, I go to the next sentence. Who wants to? Aranya, who? Aryan. I'm sorry, I could not read. Aryana. What is? I cannot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Soon, then they will start reading books, and if they read all the books, they will gain knowledge.
Now,
Ants
what
cannot
is
read books.
so different about this thing? See, it says that they will start reading books. Do you think that ants will ever start reading the book even if they are billions or trillions?
No.
No, sir.
So this is exaggeration. In this sentence, there is exaggeration. Okay, and by reading the book, they will gain knowledge. They will not be able to read the book. They will eat books. No, maybe after a few years there is no book left in the library, but they will not be able to gain knowledge. This is exaggeration. Next sentence. Who can read this?
Sir, can I read?
Yeah, anyone read? I cannot see the names because our screen is shared. Anyone read this?
Knowledge is power. Power will make them corrupt. So corrupt ants will take over and rule the world.
See, now first he said that the ants will read the books and become knowledgeable. Now he's saying knowledge is power, power will make corrupt, and so the corrupt ants will take over the world. Is it normal or exaggeration?
Exaggeration.
Exaggeration.
Yes, because ants will never be able to read the book and they can never rule the world. So, do you want this to happen? What exactly that notice wants to say by all these things? What is the summary?
It doesn't want people to eat in the library.
Exactly. It wants people should not eat in the library, so they created a story like this. So understand, this is again a tall tale. Some sentences intentionally I have used in such a way that it may you look like a normal sentence in this. Okay. Now you may lower your hands. You may lower your hands now. Five, I can see five more people raising hand. You can lower your hand. When the
एंड नहीं कर सकता ये तुम्हारा प्रोग्राम में थोड़ा ही देर में खत्म हो जाएगा 6:30 से ही स्टार्ट हुआ
प्लीज कीप योर
हो गया तो 1 घंटा एक घंटा में तो खत्म हो जाएगा
Please keep your
प्लीज
keep your microphone on mute. Who is this?
हो गया फोन आपको तुमको तो टैब से ज्वाइन करना है
Keep your audio on mute, please. Okay. Now, I just told you 2 examples. Don't worry, we will have more examples. So basically, whatever story you select by exaggerating, it should have a plot. What is plot? Sequence of event. We will talk about these terms little later. Let us cover it quickly. It should have actions. It should not be, sitting, everything is happening in one place. It should have some action, some movement, rhythm, a pattern of movement from slow to fast, fast to slow. That should be that is called rhythm. Humor. Humor, it is not necessary that your tall tale speech is humorous, but if you have humor, people will enjoy it. That is the reason. And again, as I said, the joke should be related to what you are speaking. It should not be unrelated to. I cannot talk more about humor because if I want, humor itself is about 2 hours workshop. No? So just think humor means joke or no, which makes people laugh. Interaction of characters. It should not be that one character is sitting on the left side and another is sitting on the right side. No, there has to be interaction among the stars. Movement of event. Event should move from one place to another or from one year to another. The event should keep on moving. But in no case it should be dull or slow. Your story, whichever you pick up for tall tale, it has to be fast and enjoyable story. Now, I told you in the beginning 2 or 3 times that a storytelling is different from a normal speech. How it is different? Normally, if you are giving a speech, we say that start with a quote or moral because this is a story. If you start with a moral or a quote, it will dilute the effect of your story. Directly start from your story. Long, long ago, there was a king. Something like that, whatever you want to tell. Now, many Gavaliers have these problems. I have seen in many clubs that when they come on the stage, they start, my name is so and so, I am from this club. Don't say that. You will be introduced by the contest master. So you don't waste time. It dilutes the effect of your story. If it is a speech, you may be doing anything. But if it is a story or tall tale, don't ever tell your name or the name of your club or anything. Directly start with the story which you want to tell. One more thing which you need to remember when you are telling a story, address to audience, that is not dear Gavalier of the day, respected Toastmaster, that need not be the first sentence. Suppose you are going to tell a very interesting story about your travel to Mars. So directly start. So my friend, I am going to Mars, come with me. If you start by saying, hello, good afternoon everyone, who wants to come with me? Nobody will enjoy that. So don't start your speech with address to audience. It has to be there, but it can be the second or third sentence. First, you start with a great opening and leave the impact on your audience. Then you come back to your dear contest master, chief judge, fellow Gavaliers, or anything. Now, most important thing to remember when you tell a story, almost all the stories may have a moral, but you need not tell this moral. Close the story. Yes, I came back to Earth from planet Zero. Don't have to say after that. So the moral of the story is no, you don't have to say that. Because in tall tale, we don't expect you to tell the moral of the story. We want to see how you are able to describe the event and make your audience visualize. Stop there and finish the story. Even in 1% chance, if you are going to tell the story, make it funny so that people enjoy it in the end. Not take no that we should always tell truth. We should always do that. We should no not required in case of a tall tale or any storytelling for that matter. Okay. Starting should be very powerful. As I said, no, it should be very attention grabbing. You should be able to grab attention of audience from very first sentence. Do some actions or some noise or do some drama, show your hand, jump, or bring a football into the meeting room and throw it. No, so those things, this is what is required in a storytelling. That will attract attention of the audience. They will want to know what you are going to tell next. So don't start like a speech. That is why I always say that storytelling is different from speech. Okay. Use actions and voice modulation. We will talk about all these points little later. Let us proceed for the time being. This is one important thing, that you can use costumes if required. say like of a king or a beggar or any other character in your, if you are talking about Santa Claus, you can use Santa Claus dress. But remember, this is not a fancy dress competition. Your costume should not be distracting, but it should enhance the value of your speech. Let me tell you, long time back in Creative Club Damam, we were having this storytelling contest or something. There was a little girl studying in 5th grade. She had prepared a speech about something travel to Mars or somewhere. You know what her father did? He made a costume for her, the big costume like astronaut. She was in the bottom portion, she was wearing that costume, and the top, her head was covered with like a globe thing, no, with a transparent globe thing. Now that poor girl was the 10th contestant. When the draw of lot was done, unfortunately, her turn was 10th contestant out of about 11 contestants. Now, what happened? She came and she was sitting in the meeting room, but by the time her turn came, she was so tired that she could not speak anything. She was disappointed. Her father was disappointed. I could not do anything. I never said that you wear a costume which will become a problem for me. You. So remember, and you put light costume. Maybe you can put a cap or a some dress which you can easily remove. Remember, you are not doing a fancy dress competition. You are telling a story and you are using costume just to add value to what you are speaking. Okay? Try to repeat some keyword or questions in the story to give more effect of what you are saying. Okay? I will come back to this sentence again. Do not ask any questions to audience like we suggest you to use in a normal speech. For example, you are going to tell a story about Akbar Birbal. That's what is going to be used in story or tall tale. Don't ask audience, who knows when was King Akbar born? They will say, hey, are you taking history class or you are telling a story? Keep quiet. Isn't it? You agree with me? Somebody say yes? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So don't ask any questions to audience. Okay. Yes. You understand? This is not a speech. This is a story. So similarly, suppose your grandmother is going to tell you a story, and no, you are ready after dinner. You are ready to listen to her story, and suddenly she starts asking question. You will not like it. You will say, "Grandma, better I will go and watch TV or my mobile. I'm not interested in telling any answers to your question, isn't it?" So don't ask any questions to audience. Whereas in the previous slide, I said, try to repeat some keyword and questions. See, the questions can be among the characters of your speech, but not with the audience. For example, there is a very famous Akbar Birbal story that one day king was taking a walk near the river Yamuna in Agra. The water was very cold. In January, the temperature is less than 5 degrees Celsius. So suddenly a question came to his mind. Can anyone come and stand whole night in the river Yamuna if I offer 10,000 gold coins? So next day, he expressed his views to his minister. So one minister announced, can anyone stand in river Yamuna for a whole night? Again, turn your face towards the front. Can anyone stand in river Yamuna for the whole night? Can anyone come and stand in river Yamuna for whole night?
No, sir.
So you are repeating the question. Yes, who said something?
No, sir.
What you said?
No, sir.
Yeah, good. So you see, within the characters or within the story, you can ask questions or repeat the question. Not with the audience. Don't ask any questions to any audience. Okay. And the most important thing, when presenting a story, have a pleasant smile on your face. Unless you are smiling, your story will not be enjoyed. It is already late. Let us see. Now, any questions on whatever I told so far? And after that, we will have a quick session about presenter. See, now you know how to write a story, what to write in your story. Now we will learn how to present. That is the action, gestures, voice modulation, those things we will learn. So I am stopped to share the screen now. Anyone has any questions? Quickly, we are already late. Does anyone have any question about whatever I told you now?
No, sir.
Anyone else? This is a no boy. Always is saying no only. Anybody else? Okay. So without wasting time, yes.
Sir, is this tall tales impromptu?
It is not impromptu. It is like a prepared speech. You will be given time to prepare and present it. But time is 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you can prepare. You can take your time. You can talk to your club counselor and take whatever time you want. No, 1 week, 2 weeks, or whatever.
Sir, is there a grace time?
Yeah, both sides it is 30 seconds. So 3 to 5 minutes means 2.5 minutes to 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure.
Okay. Now let us proceed quickly because we are running short of time. I will not take slide from current. Now we will quickly go through the technique, that is voice modulation, actions, how to incorporate those things in your tall tale. Again, all these points are as per Toastmaster International Manual, Advanced Manual on Storytelling, the first speech, everything is included. If you have this manual, or you can download from our global group website, the storytelling manual, and everything is very well explained in that. These are not my creation. Okay. First of all, whenever you are telling a story or telling a tall tale, you should have tempo in your voice. What is tempo? Anyone knows what is tempo? Speed at which you should speak.
Speed.
See, sometimes you may speak fast, sometimes you may speak slow, but tempo means speed at which you should speak. It should vary according to the requirements of the story. I cannot tell you that this sentence should be fast, this sentence should be slow. You have to see as per the requirement of the story. For example, if you're telling a story Sleeping Beauty, it is slow and dignified. That is, you have to be very slow in your speed. If you're talking about a Robin Hood story or a Spider-Man story, it has to be firm, strong, and fast. Okay, whereas Sleeping Beauty is slow and dignified. Red Riding Hood. I hope all of you have heard that story. The tempo increases as she starts talking to the wolf. Wolf, why your hands are so big? And why your ears are so big? And why your teeth is so big? You see, as the story moves, you have to increase the volume and speed. It depends on story to story. There is no barometer I can say that yes, this story should be slow. It depends on story to story. Now, this is something very important, rhythm. Rhythm is a strong, regular, repeated pattern of sound. A sound which is repeated in the same way several times. Now, I'll give you the example. What does rhythm do? That it helps to add drama in your story. Now, I am sure that all of you have heard the story of Billy the Goat or Three Little Pigs. Some places it is called Three Little Pigs. Have you heard this story?
Yes.
Yeah. What does that wolf say in the end? I will huff, I will puff, and I will blow your house. So this is repeated 3 times in the story. I will huff, so you have to do action. I will huff, I will puff, and I will.
Oh, yeah.
Flew over your house. So this is repeated 3 times in the story, isn't it? So
Yes, sir.
this is, eh? Yeah. So this is what you need to do. This is called rhythm. That same sentence you are repeating it in different style 3 times. Now, again, this is something very, very important which probably most of the Gaveliers do not know. Again, it is explained in advanced storytelling manual, project number 1. Inflection. Sudden rise or decrease in the volume or style of voice. It is not necessary that you, for one sentence, you increase the volume, for second, you decrease the volume. Within one sentence or one paragraph, you can do that. Now, I am going to read this sentence for you. The red are the instructions and green is the sentence which Gavelier is going to speak. That you see how to increase volume and decrease volume within the same sentence. Ayan, the time has come. This is the best opportunity. Live your dream. Rock the stage, buddy. Then no, see this he is telling. Then suddenly he is talking to himself. This is what I said on the stage. So what happens? See, when you have to increase, you have to increase. But when you are talking to yourself, then your speed has to be slow, your voice has to be slow. Low. Understand this point? This is a very important sentence. Each one of you should learn to practice not only for storytelling, even in the speeches or international speech contest, it will be helpful for you. Now, see the second sentence of inflection. Minister quickly went and reported to the king. Oh my lord, stop. You don't have to tell everything at that moment. Maybe it is a secret which you will tell in the later part of the story. So what you do, you say, my lord, and whisper and stop. That whatever is the secret which minister told, it will come in the later part of the story. So it is not necessary that you always speak. Sometimes even the silence can be golden. Now I was talking about a sentence. Now I am going to show you how to use voice modulation, or which is called inflection, in a single word. The word is Mary. Suppose you are very angry with a girl called Mary and you want to shout at her, Mary, why did you do like that? Why did you steal my pen? So how you are calling her? Mary, one single word from lower to upward you are taking the sound. Similarly, if you have to call her, you are not scolding her. Mary, can you come here? You see the difference? This is the most important technique. Anyone who can master this one single word up and down, you will be the best speaker in the world. Not only in story, but even in speeches, you can use. Kshitij, are you listening to this? Kshitij, did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
How to vary sound even within one single word. Mary, Mary. Remember, this technique will be very helpful for you. Oh. Pauses. Pauses are very, very important in your speeches. Pauses means stop for 1 to 2 seconds. You have to stop and stop. When this, if you are driving on a road, you see the red light, you stop your car. Immediately you have to stop. Isn't it? Same way, wherever pause is required, you have to stop. Like in a printed book, everything is not written in one sentence. After 3 or 4 lines, there is a paragraph change. There is a paragraph change. And when speaking, how do we express that? We express that by giving pauses. That we stop for a 1 to 2 seconds, so that your audience knows that the paragraph is changing. Pause before changing ideas. You are talking about, say, some sports. Suddenly you want to talk about football. Give a pause before that. so that your audience knows that don't read your script continuously. Give a pause. Pause means stop. Before important points, before important actions, you are going to do some actions, give a pause. Let audience get some time to see that you are changing your actions. Before important actions, what does pause do? It can increase the curiosity of the audience. Pause can create a suspense. Pause means if you use a word like imagine, give a pause after that. Give time to audience to imagine what you are going to say. If there are 100 people sitting in the room, everybody will have different ideas if you talk something. When you give pause, everybody will be thinking different. And then after that, whatever you say, it will be enjoyed by people. Suddenly, so after suddenly, give a pause so that people can think. Let them use their imagination. This is how you have to make your audience visualize by using such word and giving a pause after that. If you don't give pause, it will be useless. But there are so many options when you say but. So let audience think slowly. So when you think slowly, give a pause after that. Whatever you say will be enjoyed by the audience and they will be. Now coming to the volume, increase or decrease volume. Some of them I have already covered, that if you are showing excitement, whoa, I won the match or I won the tournament. Show your excitement by raising your hand. Excite, surprise, surprise. No, you put both your hands on your head. If required, whisper. Express suspense or emotion. If you want to have some suspense, give a pause after that. Now let us come to body language. I'm sorry, I'm a little fast because we are already very late. Now, what is body language? First of all, it is eye contact. Throughout your speech, maintain eye contact with the audience. Whether they are sitting on the left side, they are sitting on the right side, you are on Zoom, you have to keep moving your head and maintain eye contact with the audience. Expressions, angry, show the angerness on your face. Crying, show crying. Put your hand on your eyes and show the action of crying. Surprise! I never expected that I will win. So definitely you will keep your hand on your head. Show that. Smiling, excited, thinking. So many times we use this word thinking. I was thinking. So show the expression by either putting your hand on the forehead or like this, the picture is showing. So they are still thinking something new. You are thinking of new ideas. Same way, if you are playing the cricket, show the action of playing cricket. Walking, playing football. So please mute your mic, whoever is. Then you are crossing the road. Suppose you want to, you have a sentence that I was crossing the road. How will you cross the road? Before crossing the road, you will look toward left. Please switch off your audio. If you want to cross the road, what you will do? You will look toward left, you will look toward right, and then you will cross road. No. So if you have a sentence in your speech that I was crossing the road, do the action of looking left and looking right when you are saying that sentence. Jump. You are so happy that you jump. Remember that whatever actions you do, it should synchronize with what you are saying. If it doesn't synchronize, then better don't do actions. If you're talking of playing cricket, but you use your legs like a football playing, there is no use. It will spoil your speech. If you're talking of cricket, do actions of cricket. If you're talking of football, do actions of football. If you're doing action of flying, don't show the action of jumping into a swimming pool. Do whatever actions do, it should synchronize with what you are saying. See, normally I always say that if you're going to talk about past, move one step back as you say. because moving back indicates that you are going to talk about past. Move one step forward if you are going to talk about something in future. For example, you say that last year I went to Singapore and Malaysia. Move one step back. If you say that next year I'm planning to go to China, move your head towards the direction, the geographical direction from whichever country you are. Show your hand left, east, west, north, or south. That is what I call synchronization with your speech. Okay. Now, this is all covered in CC5 manual, your body speaks. If you are still any doubt, you can refer to your CC5 manual. Now, the most important thing, which is lacking in most of the Gavaliers, vocal variety. First of all, remember from today onward, after this session is over, whenever you use any adjective, stretch that adjective. This is the easiest thing to do in case for voice modulation. You go to Taj Mahal for the first time, or you are standing in front of Burj Khalifa. Wow, what a beautiful building, or what a magnificent building. You have to stretch every adjective like a chewing gum. When you stretch that adjectives, automatically it conveys the same picture in the mind of your audience. It was a dark road. So when you stretch the word dark, even people sleeping in the meeting room will suddenly have a feeling that no, it is a dark road. Beautiful building, long walk. The cake baked by my mother is so soft, yummy. So what you're trying to do by stretching the adjective, you are trying to make your audience visualize what you are saying. This is easiest and most important thing. Now, whenever you are telling a story, don't use the indirect form, use the direct form, or use a dialogue form. For example, in your story, you want to say that my father was very angry with me. He shouted at me. I started crying. Instead of enact it by, why did you do like this? You are a very bad girl. Sorry, Dad, it will not happen again. What you can do is that you can use two sides. One side for your father when he's speaking, another side for you when you are speaking. Change voice little bit. Use in a dialogue form, never use indirect form. Believe me, unfortunately for you, if I am the judge in the contest, I will give marks for these things. So, okay. So always never ever use no indirect form in a story, at least in a story. Even in speech, I would prefer. That is what enhances the value of your speech. Sound of crying, laughing, shouting, everything you should. If you are crying, you can say, I'm crying, mom. You can do that action. Action with no, you change voice. Laughing, ha, ha, ha. Laugh loudly. Nobody stops you from laughing or shouting loudly. Increase or decrease the volume. I already told you when to increase the volume. When you are happy, you are excited, you increase the volume. When you are telling a secret to your friend, reduce the volume. All these points are well explained in your CC6 Competent Communication Manual Project 6, which is about vocal variety. So CC5 is about body language and CC6 is about vocal variety. All of you, I'm sure, will be having this CC5 and CC6. Please read it again. Now, let us see, sir, DTM Shrikumar, sir, we have time, 5 more minutes.
Yes, make it brief as possible.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I will give one or two more examples. First of all, you are going to tell a ghost story. I told about that story in the beginning also, that you are walking on a dark road and suddenly you see a black color picture, a black color shadow. So I was walking on a dark road. Suddenly, I saw a black figure approaching me. Oh, it is a tiger? It is a bear? Oh my God, it was a ghost. I ran toward my house, shattered the door, and shouted, "Mummy, there is a ghost on the road." You see, a simple sentence of saying that in the dark you saw, how effective it becomes if you shout, if you make noise, if you jump, and this is the beauty of voice modulation and actions. Now, one more example, last example I will give you, humor we are saying. Now, I will tell you one story, short story, that how to add a simple humor which will make audience laugh. Me and my younger brother, this is a story of a 9-year-old boy and his younger brother, 7-year-old. Me and my younger brother were playing ball inside the room. I threw the ball, he could not catch. It went and hit the TV screen and it broke into pieces. In the evening, when my father came back from office, he saw TV. Hey, see, you have to use two sides for father and son. Hey, who did this? Why you have done this? The younger brother said, sorry, dad. Sorry, dad. I threw the ball, he could not catch, and it hit the TV. I don't know when you will understand that you should not play inside the room. I am telling your mother not to cook for you for next 3 days. Sorry, dad. Daddy, if mother is not going to cook for 3 days, you have to give pause here. Can we order burger from McDonald's? See, here I use pauses. I have changed voice. I changed side. After you tell the joke, again give a pause so that audience get time to enjoy and laugh whatever you said. Now, there can be numerous examples of such tall tales which you can know. One you can say that Dubai is so hot that when the hens walk in the around in the afternoon, they lay omelets. Simple tall tale. Oh, I don't want to put oil on my hair. Otherwise, you will see paneer pakoda in front of me. So, you understand? It is not anything, any type of joke you can use of that. Now, quickly, some general points. Select a story which has only 2 or 3 main characters so that you can use different sides and different voices to express. Like, father is speaking from this side, your younger brother is on this side, and you are on this side. And you can use 2 or 3 different voices also. Too many characters may confuse your audience and they may not understand what you are talking about. Nowadays, thousands of podcasts are available on Google. Listen to some interesting stories and you will get more ideas how to use your voice modulation. Most important thing, have a pleasant smile on your face. Don't present a story with crying face. Always have a pleasant smile. Automatically, you will gain confidence. Your presentation will come out to be better. Now, and this is the judging ballot which will be used by the judges. I think it is not very clear. Okay. For speech development, 30 points. For speech techniques, this is what I told about non-verbal communication technique, that is actions, voice modulation, everything, 25. Physical, 15 point, voice 15 point, and appropriateness. What is appropriateness? Does anybody know? What is appropriateness of a story?
Language usage.
Not only
Audience appropriate.
audience appropriate. Who said that?
Kshitij.
Kshitij. Yeah, Kshitij, you are 100% right. Whatever your story you tell, it should be appropriate for your audience. If you are telling a story of a Doraemon, maybe the audience, there are some older people, they may not enjoy. If you are going to talk about some very serious subject, no, you are going to talk about stock market, or you are going to talk about financial planning, children may not enjoy. So select a story which is appropriate for most of your audience. Most of your audience are children. So talk about a story which will be liked by the children. Okay, you are all Gaviliers, so you have to take care of Gaviliers' need. Okay, now I have put my contact number on the screen. You can note down, and in case you need any further guidance, you can contact me anytime. I will come back to you. Any questions at the moment? Hope all of you learned something new from the presentation.
Yes, sir.
If not, I will return the lecture back to our.
Yes, sir.
Back to our Gavilier.
No, she is not there. She's not there.
Okay.
I will finish it off.
I will return the letter back to DTM Shri Kumar.
Thank you, Disigito Swasensi Mani, for a wonderful and exciting Tall Tales education session. You explained what is a tall tale, what the difference between tall tale and story, an ordinary story, and also they explained about the characteristics, how to write a tall tale story, how to present it. Very nice, very informative. And I'm also hearing for the first time about this much detail about tall tale. Really enjoyed, and thank you very much. Please give a big round of applause to Disigito Toastmaster NC Mani. So on behalf of GYGC, I would like to thank for your valuable time and supporting our global Gavel clubs. Thank you very much. So I think we have already getting late, and we'll close the session now. This will be recorded, and we'll try to share the link, and we can go through. And if you have still any questions, we can ask listening to Toastmaster Mani. Thank you very much. Please keep on trying because it's already late. That's why we don't want to have much questions. Madan, would you like to say a few words?
Just 1 minute. I really appreciate what Maniji done today. I have learned a lot myself today, I tell you. Especially all those competent communicators, the links mentioned, how and when to put your volume high and low, and looking at the big thing, small thing, left or right. These are big part of our communication. I mean, he rightly mentioned you're looking right, but your face is left, that doesn't add together. So it should be consistent or coordinated together, which is very important. Many Saab, thank you very much for all, and I'm sure all of our Gabriel will learn a lot from that. Thank you very much again. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. This is Toastmaster Madan Javan, who joined from Canada. What is the time there? Early morning, I think, 6, 7 o'clock now? What is the time there?
It's about 10:30 in the morning now.
Huh? What?
10:30 in the morning.
8:30 in the morning, yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, and we'll close the section now. Okay, so I will share the link shortly for this recorded version of the education sessions. Please keep, we will be organizing another education session shortly. Attend each and every education session and learn. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah. Contact me for any guidance required.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. You can leave slowly.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.